You compared insurance rates lately? Are you satisfied with your current insurance provider? If not, look no further than Ray Felton State Farm, a proud sponsor of Sports on Tap. For a free quote, call his office at 234-284-2996 or visit him online at rayfelton.com.
Whether you're hosting a corporate event, wedding, conference, concert, or any other special gathering, our comprehensive range of services will exceed your expectations and elevate your event to new heights. RRT Productions. We shoot, we edit, you win. Visit our website at www.rrt-productions.com.
We've got the experience, the passion, and the beach to make your event a smash hit. Whether it's a romantic wedding, a lively sports venue, or a rocking high school dance, Troutland Entertainment has you covered. Contact them at 330-414-4261 or email them at troutlandent@gmail.com. That's troutlandent@gmail.com. Elevate your brand with Mako Custom Printing. Mako Custom Printing specializes in creating high-quality spiritware, corporate apparel, and promotional products that make your brand stand out. Whether you need custom printing, graphic design, or an online store for your school or business, we've got you covered. Make a statement with Mako Custom Printing. Visit us at mako.com to start your custom printing journey today. That's MEHCO.com.
Welcome everybody to Sports on Tap. We have a Sports on Tap extra coming to you from our YouTube channel. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. Get the notifications when we are about to go live on the air. Rob will be putting up all the social media info. I got to hear from all of our sponsors prior to the show. Make sure you listen afterwards as well to get a word from all of our tremendous sponsors. This is my first one of my first few SOT extras. Noah's been all over this for the majority of the summer, so me and Rob are happy to do this. We're talking tonight with Rob Hicks from the Solon Lacrosse Club. There's a pretty big event going on out there for a former board member and someone who's been involved with the Solon lacrosse community since 2015. It would be for Scott Davis. And Rob Hicks joins us from the Solon Lacrosse Club. Rob, how are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How are you all doing?
We're doing great. We had the opportunity to talk about this with our friend Tim. It was a no-brainer that we wanted to make sure that we wanted to help out in any way that we could. So let's talk a little bit about Scott before we really get into the event here. You worked with Scott for years as part of the Solon Lacrosse Club. Tell us a little bit about Scott.
Yeah, so Scott, not a native Clevelander. Scott's a native of Philadelphia, which makes him an East Coast lacrosse guy, which is pretty unique, in Northeast Ohio. We don't get too many folks from the East Coast. He kind of split time between Philadelphia and Dallas. Growing up, ended up in Solon through kind of a long journey, but ended up in Solon, Ohio. Started his family here, raised his family here, and he just a unique guy. Loved live music, loved lacrosse, loved his family, his wife, his kids. His two boys were a year behind my son. His daughter's a year older than my son, so we kind of squeezed in between them. And I met Scott through lacrosse. A long time ago. And so, he started as a coach. His boys were lacrosse players, and in the infancy of the program, it had been started, I don't know how long prior to us getting involved, but probably 10, 12 years before we got involved. But he got involved like a lot of parents as a coach for his kids. But what was unique about him is he actually played lacrosse. He had a lot of experience, played not only in high school on the East Coast, which is incredibly competitive lacrosse, but played in college at Arizona State. And so he was a blessing to have involved. He was coaching his kids, but it was just really good to have him involved with the program. I was just a year ahead of him in terms of my coaching experience with the club. But yeah, that's kind of how the initial introduction came about. Back in, boy, I don't even know when it was. Can't think back that far, but we trying to think, probably 3-ish years ago, Scott was diagnosed with ALS, which is most people know as Lou Gehrig's disease, which was pretty crushing, obviously, for himself, his family, friends, and as we came into this year, just wanted to do something to kind of honor his legacy. Scott, like a lot of people, as I said, he got involved because of his kids, but he outlived the kid piece of it. Even after his kids were done, they were on to middle school, high school, college. Scott stayed involved with the program and was just a huge ambassador for the program, which was, you don't see that a lot of times. A lot of times once their kids are gone, people move on. So Scott was unique in that sense. But, as we got to a point this year where we knew Scott's, his health was not great. Wanted to do something to kind of honor his legacy, and unfortunately, he passed away last week. So this was initially going to be a fundraiser, maybe, but just something to honor him and have Scott there and see the impact he made on all these people through the last decade or so. He's got kids in college that played for him. He's got kids in high school that played for him, and kids in our youth program now. But unfortunately, Scott passed away last week. But we're going to motor on. The event's still going, and really, it's just a very informal way to just honor his legacy. Where it's a backyard lacrosse game that's going to last 7 hours. So it may not be a backyard game, but it's just like playing a pickup basketball game, playing baseball at the city field. That's really what it is. Where we're gathering people. Obviously there are a lot of folks from Solon, which is great. But I think kind of the point of what we're doing here today is to get the word out, because lacrosse continues to grow in Ohio, Northeast Ohio especially, and getting the word out. And, we played a lot of different communities. We're on the east side of Cleveland, but there's, teams all over Northeast Ohio that play. And so this is open to everyone, really. Girls, boys, from kindergarten through, college, even adult, just to get out and grab a stick and play and honor his legacy. Listen to some music, eat some great food. Scott loved to cook. He and I talked about cooking recipes all the time, but he loved music. And so we're going to play some music, play some lacrosse, have some great food. And that's really what the event's about.
Yeah, I think, overall, I think he would be really proud of what you guys are doing here, because I think, I talked to Tim and you a little bit about this, and he knew this was going on, and I think it really would have made him excited, especially with all, like you just mentioned, all the lives he's touched, teaching, coaching, just being a person that helps people in general. Talk a little bit about Scott and how he's helped other lacrosse and really grow the sport of lacrosse, because as we've seen on our show and on our coverage, lacrosse has really grown as a sport. It started off, maybe as just, a few teams playing, and now it's a high school sport where it seems like, you're playing the game of football. Well, now these football coaches are talking about other kids wanting to play lacrosse and other sports, so they got to be flexible.
Yeah, you think about what some of these lacrosse guys, and the example I'd give is Sam Hubbard, Cincinnati Bengals, Ohio State Buckeyes, was one of the number one lacrosse recruits in the country. Ready to go to Notre Dame, decided to play football, ended up the NFL, just retired. But you to your point, you look at football players and hockey players, especially. Scott was a big hockey guy as well. Loved his Philadelphia Flyers. Fond memories of watching games with him. And others, and it's a good crossover sport, and it's physical, it's fast, it's the fastest game out there. It's got the physical nature, so it appeals to people who like the like to mix it up a bit, but also there's a finesse to it and a skill set it's pretty amazing to watch. And I didn't grow up playing lacrosse, but love the sport. And that's, I think, what Scott brought to it is he got kids to love the sport. And I think at some point you may pull up the campaign, the website, and there's a picture there. Scott's just in a t-shirt and shorts. There's a picture of him with his son who plays club lacrosse at Kent State. There's another picture of him, and that was at the Solon Home Days. And I think that epitomizes Scott. We're sitting at home days. We've got a booth. We've got a radar gun. We've got the mayor of Solon throwing a lacrosse ball against the police. These guys have never thrown a lacrosse ball in their life. Have no idea. Scott jumps in, shows them how to throw it, and next thing you know, we've got a pretty darn good competition to see who can throw the fastest between the mayor of Solon and his police force. And but just kids jumping in. I mean, the picture is funny because one of the kids in the picture, he's never played lacrosse in his life, but Scott just wanted to teach him and say, hey, try this out. It's a cool sport. You're going to love it. I know you play soccer, you may play something else, but this is just a cool sport. And that's really what he brought to it. I mean, Scott knew the game, great coach, but Scott wasn't a yeller. He was a cheerer. He cheered on his own kids. He cheered on the team. But I think he is the quintessential youth coach. I've coached sports at a lot of different levels, and as you go up levels, the stakes get higher. High school, college, that's your job. You're based on winning. Youth sports really should be based on getting people to love the game, whatever game that is. In this case, lacrosse. But he taught kids to love the game who didn't know anything about it, and that was really that's what youth sports coaches should be, and that's what Scott was. He taught his kids to love the game, but he taught total strangers to love it, and I think that's what we're trying to honor, is that legacy. Not only did he do it, but that's what really other people should aspire to do, is what he did.
We'll talk with Rob Hicks from the Solon Lacrosse Club. There's a big event going on coming up. It's a Play for Scott, lacrosse versus ALS. Rob, tell us the day, the times, the venue, and how to participate, how to join, how to play. Give us all those details if you can.
Sure. So the event's taking place this coming Sunday, the 24th of August. We'll start at noon. It's going through 7 o'clock, and as I said, it's really just a backyard pickup game. We'll see what happens, depending on who's there, and we're just gonna have people out there playing. We're gonna have some skills contest, a radar gun to see how fast people can throw a lacrosse ball, some target practice. I mean, good stuff. There are food trucks. It's at the Pond in Bainbridge, which is a hockey facility generally, but they do an outdoor turf field, so we're going to do it at the Pond in Bainbridge, Ohio. And again, 12 to 7 on the 24th. And it's just it's just an informal time for community, for lacrosse. And it's not the Solon community. I mean, while the Solon Lacrosse Club we're sort of running it through that. This isn't about the Solon Lacrosse Club per se. It's really just about, honoring the legacy of someone who continued on a program that, we passed the torch. We've got great people on the board now. And, that says a lot about the people who came before all of us, Scott, myself, and many others who have contributed to this over the years. And, but this is really just to, give his family a chance to see what he meant to this community beyond them. I mean, he was, an amazing father, husband, uncle. I mean, all those things that you say. But his impact on the community was pretty incredible, and it's just really to honor that and have fun. I mean, that's really it. It's just to have fun, because Scott was a fun-loving guy, and that's what we want to do.
Absolutely. I think you guys are doing a great job, and it looks like you have a lot of cool activities too at the event. Obviously, you have a pickup game schedule that kind of labels out everything, which I put on the screen for everybody to see what's going on here with, it starts obviously, like you said, at noon, and it looks like K through 4th grade boys would play then. Then at 1 to 2, it's the 3rd and 4th grade girls.
Yep.
So you really have a pickup game schedule there, but you also have, it looks like food trucks. You have prizes for the fastest shot, which you just talked about. What other activities are going to be here for kids, adults, and whoever shows up?
I mean, the great thing is I'd love to say, I mean, that's the fun thing about coaching. That was one thing that I distinctly remember with Scott, working with him at practices. You got parents in there who didn't know the first thing about lacrosse. And we said, we need you to help coach. Well, I don't know anything. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll help you. We'll teach you. And you'd get them involved. They'd pick up a stick. And next thing you know, just like playing catch in the backyard, way back when, with having to catch with your dad in baseball, or shooting hoops with your dad or mom in basketball. And you'd see parents jumping in, and, that as much, we just want to see everyone kind of just have a good time. But there's I think there's, I'm trying to blank on it. There's some Mexican food. There's barbecue. There's a local coffee place that has a dessert truck coming with them. The pond has a huge arcade. So if, there's little ones coming who don't necessarily want to play lacrosse, they can hang out in the arcade a bit. But that's,
nice.
There'll be a lot going on, and we're going to have to play it by ear and see who's there and what they want to do. And, skills competitions, obviously some pickup games. And, it's funny. I talked to a friend of mine whose son was a couple years older than Scott's kids and my son. And his comment was, "Are there any referees?" I said, "No." He said, "Good. He'll be happy not to get any penalties." Hopefully, we're going to get some alumni to show up. And, it's just, again, we are definitely getting some traction from some cities outside of Solon, which is great. And that's really what we're looking for. This isn't limited to people who played in Solon, because we've had many kids come through our program who don't ever go to Solon High School. They end up at a Catholic high school or a private school, or they may not even play lacrosse again, but they, for that time they were in the game, they learned a lot, and really that's what this is about.
Well, there you have it. Make sure, so Sunday, August 24th. That's this coming Sunday, from 12 to 7 p.m. It's at the Pond in Bainbridge, Ohio. Again, check out we'll have the website links up here. So make sure you check out the website, donate, show up, bring a stick, don't bring a stick. But this is going to be an afternoon that I don't think anyone will forget for a person, Scott Davis, who has meant so much to the Solon lacrosse community. And this is it's a tremendous event, and we're happy to have Rob on to talk about it, to talk about Scott, and to hopefully get the word out a little bit more, to get as much participation as we possibly can. So Rob, thanks for taking the time to join us tonight, and looking forward to having a great event Sunday, August 24th at the Pond.
All right, appreciate you both. Thank you.
All right, that is Rob Hicks from the Solon Lacrosse Club, talking about the play for Scott Davis, the late coach for the Solon Lacrosse Club, Solon community. Lacrosse versus ALS, again, that's August 24th. It's coming Sunday, 12 to 7 p.m. All ages are welcome, all levels of skill, that being from expert to zero. Come on out, enjoy some great food. Great company, and if you haven't played lacrosse, this might be a good time to start.
Absolutely.
We're thankful to Rob for coming on to talk to us about this event, and it's great for Sports on Tap to be able to help promote such a great event. Sign off here. To stick around for a word from our sponsors. Make sure you check us out on YouTube at Sports on Tap. Again. We are like and subscribe, get the notifications when those go on the air. Follow us on Facebook at Sports on Tap, at Threads at SOT_podcasts. Our Twitter handle is at SOT Podcasts. We're also on Spotify, so those of you who have Spotify, you can listen to this there. And our website is sportsontap.podcast.com. Any questions, comments, or suggestions such as this one, send us an email, sportsontap@gmail.com. All right, for Rob Troutman, Josh Jeffy, Sean Duffy, Noah Jacobson, and Rob Hicks, my name is Ed Dick. This is Sports on Tap Extra. And we will see you on the other side.
Taps high school football coverage is on every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Watch live on YouTube and make sure to subscribe. Sports on Taps high school football coverage is presented by Raymond Felton State Farm.
Have you compared insurance rates lately? Are you satisfied with your current insurance provider? If not, look no further than Ray Felton State Farm, a proud sponsor of Sports on Tap. For a free quote, call his office at 234-284-2996 or visit him online at rayfelton.com.
Whether you're hosting a corporate event, wedding, conference, concert, or any other special gathering, our comprehensive range of services will exceed your expectations and elevate your event to new heights. RRT Productions. We shoot, we edit, you win. Visit our website at www.rrt-productions.com.
We've got the experience, the passion, and the beach to make your event a smash hit. Whether it's a romantic wedding, a lively sports venue, or a rocking high school dance, Troutland Entertainment has you covered. Contact them at 330-414-4261 or email them at troutlandent@gmail.com. That's troutlandent@gmail.com. Elevate your brand with Mako Custom Printing. Mako Custom Printing specializes in creating high-quality spiritware, corporate apparel, and promotional products that make your brand stand out. Whether you need custom printing, graphic design, or an online store for your school or business, we've got you covered. Make a statement with Mako Custom Printing. Visit us at mako.com to start your custom printing journey today. That's MEHCO.com.